Hello everyone, my name is Sahil and I welcome you all into this series on India's important locations, national parks, rivers, wildlife sanctuaries that were into the news into the last 1 year, into the Hindu newspaper, PIB as well as into the Indian Express. Friends, this is the part 3 of our series. Earlier part 1 and part 2 has already been released. You can find the link into the description. Moreover guys, the series for the last year also have been there into our channel. You can see it also for yet comprehensive coverage. Guys, into this particular video, we will not just be covering the geographical locations, but we will also be seeing as why they were into the news and all the associated information for the prelims examination. We will be seeing very important coverage for our examinations. Please focus here. Now guys, without ado, starting with our first entry. So first location that we were taking will be the Namdafa National Park situated into the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Now the Namdafa National Park was into the news because here a important butterfly species, that is the elusive prince, have been found into this Namdafa National Park. You can see it onto the picture. Moreover guys, one freshwater crab species, that is the Abbot Lefusa Namdafa necessis, has also been found into this particular park. So therefore, this particular national park becomes important and we will see the other information associated with it. Now, friends, first of all, when we talk about the Namdafa National Park, it is situated very much near to the international border into the Arunachal Pradesh, and it is also the biodiversity hotspot of the Eastern Himalayas. Very important information. Then apart from this guys, when we talk about the Namdapa National Park, it was earlier given the status of the wildlife sanctuary into the 1972. Then it got converted into the national park into the 1983, and it has also been given the status of the tiger reserve into the same year, that is the 1983. So the Namdafa, it is a national park, plus it is a wildlife sanctuary also, plus it is a tiger reserve also. All these things you need to see. Now guys, this is the map of the Arunachal Pradesh, and here we can see that the Namdapa National Park is located. You can see here. Now after that guys, there are some other information also with respect to this national park. First of all, when we talk about the Namdafa, there is also the river by the name of the Namdafa, and this Namdafa river originates from the Dhafa Boom Hill and it meets another river, that is the Noah Dihing river. Now guys, the Noah Dihing river is an important tributary of the Brahmaputra river. So we can say that the Namdafa river is a part of Brahmaputra river at the last. So this is also one very important aspect. Then guys, into this particular area around the Namdafa National Park, there is also the Sinfu Tribe which lives here, and this Sinfu Tribe speaks the language Sinfu. So the name of a tribe is also Sinfu, and the language they speak, it is also Sinfu. And into this Sinfu language, the Naam, it means the water, and water or the river, and the Dhafa, it means the name of the clan. Okay, that is the clan of Sinfu. So this is one other very important aspect with respect to the human geography. Then basically, if we see this particular Namdapa National Park, it is located between the Dhafa Bum range, which is a part of the Mishmi Hills, and the Patkai range. So between the Mishmi and Patkai, the Namdapa is located. Fine. So that is very important. Then guys, the Namdapa National Park, it is important with respect to the geography of this particular area also. As part of this particular guys, the elevation of this Namdapa National Park ranges from 300 meter to 4500 meter, and because of this, different kind of forest, different trees for situated different trees which are associated with different topographies, they are found here. You can see that here the evergreen forest, moist deciduous forest, temperate broad-leaved forest, coniferous forest, as well as alpine vegetation is found here. Guys, such a kind of a question has already been asked into the prelims also, so this thing becomes even more important. So varied elevation from 300 meter to 4500 meter, it means that all the different kind of forest will be found here. Moreover friends, there is also a very big ecological importance of this Namdapa National Park also, because see, into the world there are 8 biogeographic realms, and out of these 8 biogeographical realms, there are the 2 biogeographical realms which are there into the India, that is the Palearctic and the Indo-Malayan biogeographical realm, and the Namdapa National Park is part of both of these biogeographical realms. Now guys, the biogeographical realms are the large areas where there is a biogeographic similarity that is there. So Namdapa is part of both of them. So that is very important thing. Then guys, the another important aspect of this particular Namdapa National Park is that the Namdapa flying squirrel was first collected into the Namdapa National Park. Now this is the picture of the Namdafa flying squirrel, it has been given the status of the critically endangered onto the IUCN red list, and it is actually endemic to this Namdafa National Park. So that is another important aspect of this particular park. Then guys, further moving on into this particular direction, there are some other important aspects also. So into the Namdafa National Park, the 4 species of the panthers we can find here. Number 1, we can find here the leopard. Now when we talk about the leopard, it has been given the status of vulnerable onto the IUCN red list. After that, here we can find the snow leopard, and along with it the clouded leopard can also be found into this particular national park. Now important thing is that the leopard, the snow leopard as well as the clouded leopard, all of have been given the status of vulnerable onto the IUCN red list. And then the fourth one is the tiger, which is also found here, and the tiger has been given the status of the endangered onto the IUCN red list. Okay, so all of them are found here. Moreover, apart from the Sinfu tribe that we have already discussed, the other important tribes are also found here. For example, there is the Lisu tribe, the Chakma tribe, and the Tangsa tribe, which are found here. And guys, onto the tribes, many times the questions have been asked, so this could be a very important thing. Then the another important aspect is that a very rare variety of the orchid is also found here. You can see into the picture. Now this orchid, it is called as the blue vanda orchid, and it is found. Along with it, the medicinal diversity is also very much rich into the Namdafa National Park, and here the medicinal plant, that is the Mishmi Titha, it is also found. So that is another important aspect of this particular national park. So guys, these are all the important geographical, ecological importance of this particular national park. I hope you have understood it, and now we'll be moving to the next entry. Now, taking on. So guys, the other site that we will be taking up will be the Bilsar Village or the Bilsar site into the Uttar Pradesh that was into the news. Now guys, it was very important. Why? Because recently the Archaeological Survey of India had found the ancient temple remains into the Bilsar into the Uttar Pradesh, and this particular temple is basically belonging to the Gupta period of the 5th century CE. So therefore it happens to be very important. Gupta period temple has been found here. Now guys, into this particular site, 2 of the decorative pillars have also been found, which are having the human figurines onto it. So that is the another importance. Then guys, further as we talk about this particular temple, around this particular complex, a staircase has also been found, and onto this particular staircase, a unique kind of inscription, that is the Shank Shilpi inscription, have been found. Now this Shank Shilpi inscription, it is called as the shell script, and it has been found in some another places also. For example guys, this Shank Shilpi inscription or the shell script was earlier found on a horse statue also, that was found into the Lakhimpur Kheri, again into the Uttar Pradesh. So that is one important thing. Now guys, there is one particular inscription also that has been found, which is reading the reference of Shri Mahindra Ditya. Now Mahindra Ditya was the name or was a title given to the King Kumar Gupta of the Gupta dynasty. So the Kumar Gupta is associated with the Bilsar and might have played an important role into this particular temple construction. Now you need to understand this particular thing guys, that during the Gupta period, the structural temples were basically given an importance, and they were started to be constructed, and actually into the Gupta period up till now only 3 structural temples have been found. This is the 3rd structural temple. So there have been the structural temples such as the Dashavtar temple, which is into the Deoghar into the Uttar Pradesh. Then there is the Bhitragaon temple into the Kanpur, and this is the 3rd temple that is into the Bilsar that has been found. So very important discovery it is. Then guys, when we talk about the Bilsar, it is into the Eta into the Uttar Pradesh, and it has been a protected science since the times of the colonial period, because guys, it is a very important Gupta period settlement that has been there. Then guys, further moving on into this particular direction. After that, when we talk about the Bilsar village, guys, basically the Bilsar, it is a town into the Eta district, fine, into basically the Piloshana. Okay, so those Piloshana, it has been identified with the modern Bilsar village, you need to keep in mind. So the modern Bilsar is the Piloshana. And when we talk about the Piloshana, it was visited by the Buddhist monk, that is the Zhuan Zhang into the 636 AD. So with respect to that particular thing also, it again is a very important site. So guys, that is all about the important things with respect to this particular location. And now we'll be moving to the next location. Now, after that, the 3rd location that we are taking up is the Lemroo Elephant Reserve of the Chhattisgarh. Now guys, this is the map of Chhattisgarh, and here you can see that the Lemroo Elephant Reserve is there. Now first of all, let's see that why it was into the news. So it was in the news because guys, the area of this Lemroo Elephant Reserve has been reduced substantially from nearly 2000 square kilometer to just 450 square kilometer. So 75% area of this Lemroo Elephant Reserve has been reduced, and there was the protest from many of the activists. So therefore it was into the news. Now guys, when we talk about this Lemroo Elephant Reserve, it got the approval from the central government in 2077, and its area was actually increased in 2019. Fine, and now it has been again been reduced. Now guys, when we talk about this Lemroo Elephant Reserve, there is one particular issue which is very much important. See, this reserve was considered important in order to avoid the elephant animal conflict. See, there are the elephants that are living into the nearby states such as the Odisha and the Jharkhand, and this particular Lemroo Elephant Reserve would have served as a kind of a transition zone by which the elephants they can roam into these three states of the Odisha, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. So if this particular reserve will not go through, then the transition zone of the elephants will get affected. That is the another aspect of this particular thing. Now guys, within the Chhattisgarh, it is into the Korba district, and actually this Lemroo Elephant Reserve, it is also a part of the Hasdeo Aranya forest, which is very diverse biozone, ecologically important region. Moreover, into the Hasdeo Aranya forest, there are the rich coal deposits that are there, and guys, it means that into the Lemroo Elephant Reserve also the coal reserves are there, and basically the area has been reduced in order to mine the coal that is there. Now into the area, it has been found that there are the 22 coal blocks, and the 7 coal blocks have already been allotted, and even the mining has begun in 3 of them. Now guys, earlier there was the earlier government, it brought out with the no-go area policy, and into the no-go area policy it was provided that whatever area will be given the no-go area tag, there no kind of mining etc can take place. Now when we talk about guys the Lemroo Elephant Reserve, basically this elephant reserve has been put into the no-go area list, into it was put into the no-go area list, but still there are the coal blocks that have been allocated from this particular area, and they have been put onto the auction list. So this was another protest that was made by many of the activists. Is it clear? So it was a no-go area. So guys, these are all the important facts with respect to the Lemroo Elephant Reserve into the state of Chhattisgarh. I hope that you have understood it, and if such a question comes, you will be utilizing this particular information. Now we'll move to the next entry. Now friends, we are taking the Ramappa Temple into the Telangana. Now the Ramappa Temple was into the news because it has been selected as the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and now we are having the 40 UNESCO World Heritage Site. There is another one also that also we will be taking up. Now, when we talk about the Ramappa Temple, it is also called as the Kakatya Rudreshwara Temple also. So Kakatya Rudreshwara or Ramappa, it is the same thing. Now, this particular temple, guys, it is situated in near the Warangal into the Telangana, and it was constructed into the 1213 AD by Rachrela Rudra. Now, guys, the Rachrela Rudra, he was a military general under the Kakatya Empire, and he was actually the general of the Kakatya king, that is the Ganpati Deva. So this is probably the only temple which has been built by a military general and not by a king. So that is a very important fact with respect to this particular temple. Now guys, this particular temple is also, it is a type of a Shivalyam. Shivalyam means that it is designated to the Lord Shiva, and the Lord Ramalingeshwar is worshipped into this particular temple. Then guys, the Marco Polo, the famous visitor, he had visited the Ramappa Temple and had called that it is the brightest star into the galaxy of temples. Such was the grandeur of this particular temple, and now it has been recognized as a World Heritage Site. Then guys, further moving on into this particular direction, then with respect to the Ramappa Temple, we can see some of the important aspects with respect to the architecture. So guys, a pyramidal Viman, or this horizontal stepped tower has been used here. And with respect to this pyramidal Viman, there is some very important things, guys, that the bricks that have been used into this particular Viman, these are the floating bricks. Now here you can see into the picture that they actually float onto the water. Now because of the floating bricks, the weight of this particular roof is very much less, and it has given even more structural integrity to this particular architecture. Now guys, when we talk about these floating bricks, they are made by using the locally available clay. Now this particular clay, it is taken from the tanks, okay, Then it is this particular clay, it is mixed with the organic resin such as the gum carya. Okay, so it is mixed with it. Then it is also mixed with the jute, rice husk, and then this particular entire solution, it is heated up into a specially designed kilns at a optimum temperature. And when this particular solution will be heated, what will happen? Then the bricks will be made. Now, I told you that the organic resins are used into this particular solution. So guys, when this particular organic solution will be heated at the high temperature, it will get volatilized. And because of that, because it will get volatilized into this particular material, there will be the holes or the pores that will be created. Now, these particular holes or the pores will not be connected with each other. Now, as the pores will be created, when the air will go into these pores, and when this particular brick will be put into the water, that air will help to float these particular bricks into the water. Fine, and even the weight will be reduced. So this particular is the way into which the temples, the bricks has been made here. So this is the floating brick temple. Please keep it in mind, very important. Then guys, further moving on into this particular direction. After that, with respect to the temple, there is one more thing which is very much important, that is the sandbox technique. Now, what is the sandbox technique? Here you can see into the picture. So before building, a kind of a foundation will be dug up, and into this particular foundation, a specialized mixture will be put. It will be poured here. So that will be the mixture made up of sand and lime, jaggery. Then their karakya or the black myrobalan fruit will be put here, and this particular mixture will be giving a kind of a cushioning effect to this particular foundation. And if any kind of an earthquake will come, then the earthquake waves will be absorbed by this cushion, and the building will be given a kind of a structural integrity. So the earthquake resistance is given by this sandbox technique, which has been utilized into this particular temple. So this is also a very advanced kind of technique at that point of time. Moreover guys, when we talk about the Kakatiya temple, it has been called as the masterpiece of the creative effort of the Kakatiyas into the field of construction. So that is very important aspect with respect to this particular temple. Then guys, further as we talk about this particular temple, the main structure has been created with a red type of sandstone, and the columns which are towards the outside, they have been created with the large brackets of the black colored basalt stone. And it is red because it is of black color because of the presence of the iron, magnesium, and the silica. Moreover guys, many of the mythical animals and the female dancers have also been carved onto these structures. So these are all the important aspects with respect to this particular temple. I hope you have understood it, and now we will be moving to the next location. Now, the next location we are taking up is the Dholavira into the Gujarat. Now guys, it was also into the news because it has been given the status of the World Heritage Site, and I already told you that now we have the 40 World Heritage Site. Earlier there were the 38, and after the inclusion of the Ramappa and the Dholavira, we have the 40 World Heritage Sites. Now guys, the Dholavira city, it is one of the largest Indus Valley civilization site. It is one of the 5th largest Indus Valley civilization site. And guys, into the Gujarat, the Dholavira becomes the 4th site which has been given the World Heritage Site status. And into the India, it is the first site which has been given the status of World Heritage Site, which actually belonged to the Indus Valley civilization. So up till now, no Indus Valley site into India has been given the World Heritage Site status. So very important thing, you need to keep it into your mind. Here you can see the pictures of the Dholavira also. Then guys, further moving on into this particular direction, the ancient city of Dholavira into the Gujarat, it is actually located onto one of an arid island, that is the island of the Khadir. So here is an island of Khadir, and here the city of the Dholavira is actually located. And I already told you that it is one of the 5 largest Harappan sites, and guys, it is actually located right onto the Tropic of Cancer. That is also one important thing. Then Dholavira, it is also known by a local name, that is the Kotada. Okay, Kotada means a kind of a large fort. Now into this particular Dholavira site guys, there are 2 of the nalas or 2 of the streams which are going from the north and the south. I will show you it into the picture also. So there is the Mansar stream onto the north and the Manharsi stream onto the south, and these streams have also been dammed also by the people into the living into the Dholavira during the Harappan age. Then guys, further moving on, as we talk about the Dholavira site, into the Dholavira guys, large number of artifacts have also been found, such as the terracotta pottery, beads, gold specimens, copper ornaments, many of the seals, fish hooks, animal figurines, tools, etc. have been found here. So that is a very important aspect. Then guys, basically 10 large stone inscriptions they have also been found here, and a kind of a world's earliest signboard that has been there, it was also from the Dholavira site. Then guys, world's first water conservation system ever have also been excavated into the Dholavira. So all these are the important historical aspects of the Dholavira. Then further moving on guys, as I told you that there are two of the streams which are there into the Dholavira. This is the Mansar stream towards the north we can see, and then there are the Manhar stream into the south that we can see, and here these are the dams that have been constructed onto these particular stream. Now this particular structure of this particular Dholavira city, it is like this, that there is a citadel, then there is a lower town, and then there is a middle town, and in between there are the walls that have been made. Now guys, one unique thing about this particular wall is that into other sides of the Indus Valley, the walls have been made by using the bricks, but here basically by using the mud or the clay bricks, but here the walls have been used by using the sandstone or the limestone. So this is a kind of a different point. Further guys, into this particular location, there are the hemispherical constructions that are found at different places. The two of the hemispherical construction, they have been excavated also, then they have been studied. Okay, so that is one of another aspect. Then guys, a very well laid town planning has been used into this particular entire site, and the grid pattern can be observed here, which is the hallmark of nearly all the Indus Valley sites. Most of them it is present. Then guys, when we talk about the Dholavira, around the 2000th century BC, the Dholavira entered into a phase of severe aridity, and because of that severe aridity, this particular site might have ruined. Okay, so these are the important aspects with respect to this particular site. So guys, that is all. I hope you understood. Now we will be moving to the next entry. Now friends, taking up the Bhagwan Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary of the Goa that was into the news. Now, the Bhagwan Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary was into the news because of a reason that the National Highway Authority of India took a decision to expand the highway, okay, one of a highway that is passing from the Bhagwan Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary, and it was said that it actually will be a kind of an ecological disaster because that area will be impacting the ecological habitat into the region. So this was the thing because of which it was into the news. Now guys, when we talk about the Bhagwan Mahavir Sanctuary, it is very much important for the spectacular Dudh Sagar waterfalls which are here. When we talk about the Dudh Sagar waterfalls, these are one of the tallest waterfalls of India. Further friends, this particular area is very much rich into the part of in terms of the diversity also, because it is a part of the Western Ghats. It is lying into the middle of Western Ghats. Then guys, further when we talk about this particular area, you can see here onto the map that first of all the Bhagwan Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary is located here. Then below there is the Molam National Park which is also located here. Now guys, actually the Bhagwan Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary is a very big area, and the Molam National Park, it is situated within the Bhagwan Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary. You need to keep it into your mind, and the sanctuary is situated around the eastern border of the Goa and borders the Karnataka also. So these are all very important things. Then guys, further moving on into this particular direction. Now here again the map has been given. So the Bhagwan Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary here you can see, then here also you can see, and then this yellow one also is the Bhagwan Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary. Fine. So guys, when we talk about the Bhagwan Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary, it also contains a 12th century Shiva temple of the Lord Mahadev Tamdi. Okay, and basically this temple is attributed to the Kadamba dynasty who was ruling the Goa around the 12th century. So this is an important aspect. Then guys, already I told you that the Dudh Sagar fall is there. Along with it, there is also the Tamdi falls which is located here, and this Dudh Sagar fall, it is onto the Mandovi river, and it is one of the tallest waterfall of India. Now guys, there are many kind of different animal species also found here. That is the leopard, barking deer, Bengal tiger, civet, flying squirrel, gaur, Malabar giant squirrel. And because of the extensive surface mining that is going here for the manganese and iron ore, this particular area has been depleted. So this is a kind of a concern that is there. Moreover guys, this particular sanctuary is also famous for the snake, that is particularly the king cobra. It is also found here. So that is an important aspect. So guys, these are all the important things with respect to this Bhagwan Mahavir Wildlife Sanctuary, and now we'll be moving to the next entry. Now guys, we are taking up the Deopar Beel Wildlife Sanctuary of the Assam, which was recently into the news. So the Deopar Beel is in Assam. Why it was in news? Two reasons. Reason number one, guys, this Deopar Beel, it is shrinking very fast, and since 1991, more than 35% of its area has been shrunk. Moreover, guys, for the conservation of the Deopar Beel, recently the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has issued a notification, and this Deopar Beel has been created as the eco-sensitive zone. Now, guys, Deopar Beel, basically Deopar Beel comes from two words. One is Deepa. Deepa means elephant, and Beel. Beel means a water body. So it is a lake. Okay, so this is the Deopar Beel. Now, guys, as Deopar Beel is located adjacent to the Guwahati city, this particular location has been used to dump the waste, and the sewage of the Guwahati city is being diverted into this Deopar Beel lake, due to which the ecological health has been declined. And recently the human settlements, encroachment and developmental activities are going around it, and this notifying it as an ecologically sensitive zone will be helping, because now no new construction can be carried here, and it will be helping up. Then further moving on into this particular direction, then guys, as we talk about the Deopar Beel Wildlife Sanctuary, it is onto the southwest of the Guwahati, and here you can see onto the map that this is the Brahmaputra river, and here there is the Deopar Beel. So this is the prospective location of the Deopar Beel. Fine, guys, then this Deopar Beel, it is also a very important bird area also, and the Bird Life International has recognized it as an important bird area. Fine, then guys, it has also been designated as a Ramsar site. So also a Ramsar site. Many other Ramsar sites has also been seen into the last few videos. Then guys, the Basistha and the Kalmani rivers, these are the local rivers which are the main source of water for this particular lake. They deposit their water here. Further moving on, here again you can see the map of the Deopar Beel has been given, and guys, I have told you that Deopar Beel, it has been threatened. So there are the electricity, there are basically the electricity lines and the railway track and the roads also which have been constructed, which had further threatened up this Deopar Beel. Fine. Then guys, when we talk about the Deopar Beel, it is one of the largest beel of the Assam region. Beel means the lake, and it has been categorized as the representative of wetland type of the wetland type of ecosystem. Then this particular beel is actually habitat of large number of bird species, and more than 220 bird species including the migratory bird species are also found into this Deopar Beel. Then further moving on into this particular direction, guys, as I told you, it is very important for the birds. So some of the important bird species here which are found. Number one, it is the spot-billed pelican, which has been given the status of near threatened onto the IUCN red list. After that, there is the lesser adjutant stork that has been given the status of vulnerable onto the IUCN red list. Then, guys, the third one is the Bear's pochard that has been given the status of critically endangered onto the IUCN red list. Then there is the Pallas sea eagle that has been given the status of endangered onto the IUCN red list. After that, guys, there is the greater adjutant stork that has been given the status of endangered onto the IUCN red list, and these are all the important birds that are found here. Fine, guys, very important with respect to the ecology, because such kind of questions would be asked into the examinations. So guys, that is all about the today's mapping part. I hope that you have understood it and you have liked the video. Guys, please do subscribe to channel. Please do hit the like button if you are liking our initiative. Thank you so much.